In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. Know that whatever spoils you take, 1/5 is for Allah and the Messenger, his close relatives, orphans, the poor, and needy travelers, if you truly believe in Allah and what we revealed to our servant on that decisive day when the two armies met at Badr. And Allah is most capable of everything. Remember when you were on the near side of the valley, your enemy on the far side, and the caravan was below you. Even if the two armies had made an appointment to meet, both would have certainly missed it. Still it transpired, so Allah may establish what He had destined, that those who were to perish and those who were to survive might do so after the truth had been made clear to both. Surely Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. Remember, O Prophet, when Allah showed them in your dream as few in number. Had He shown them to you as many, you believers would have certainly faltered and disputed in the matter. But Allah spared you from that. Surely He knows best what is hidden in the heart. Then when your armies met, Allah made them appear as few in your eyes, and made you appear as few in theirs, so Allah may establish what He had destined. And to Allah all matters will be returned for judgment. O believers, when you face an enemy, stand firm and remember Allah often so you may triumph. Obey Allah and His Messenger, and do not dispute with one another, or you would be discouraged and weakened. Persevere. Surely Allah is with those who persevere. Do not be like those pagans who left their homes arrogantly, only to be seen by people and to hinder others from Allah's path. And Allah is fully aware of what they do. And remember when Satan made their evil deeds appealing to them and said, "No one can overcome you today. I am surely by your side." But when the two forces faced off, he cowered and said, "I have absolutely nothing to do with you. I certainly see what you do not see. I truly fear Allah, for Allah is severe in punishment." Remember when the hypocrites and those with sickness in their hearts said, "These believers are deluded by their faith." But whoever puts their trust in Allah, surely Allah is almighty, all-wise. If only you could see when the angels take the souls of the disbelievers, beating their faces and backs, saying, "Taste the torment of burning. This is the reward for what your hands have done." And Allah is never unjust to His creation. Their fate is that of the people of Pharaoh and those before them. They all disbelieved in Allah's signs, so Allah seized them for their sins. Indeed, Allah is all-powerful, severe in punishment. This is because Allah would never discontinue His favor to a people until they discontinue their faith. Surely Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. That was the case with Pharaoh's people and those before them. They all rejected the signs of their Lord, so we destroyed them for their sins and drowned Pharaoh's people. They were all wrongdoers. Indeed, the worst of all beings in the sight of Allah are those who persist in disbelief, never to have faith, namely those with whom you, O Prophet, have entered into treaties, but they violate them every time, not fearing the consequences. If you ever encounter them in battle, make a fearsome example of them, so perhaps those who would follow them may be deterred. And if you, O Prophet, see signs of betrayal by a people, respond by openly terminating your treaty with them. Surely Allah does not like those who betray. Do not let those disbelievers think they are not within reach. They will have no escape. Prepare against them what you believers can of military power and cavalry to deter Allah's enemies, and your enemies as well as other enemies, unknown to you, but known to Allah. Whatever you spend in the cause of Allah will be paid to you in full, and you will not be wronged. If the enemy is inclined towards peace, make peace with them, and put your trust in Allah. Indeed, He alone is the all-hearing, all-knowing. But if their intention is only to deceive you, then Allah is certainly sufficient for you. He is the one who has supported you with His help and with the believers. He brought their hearts together. Had you spent all the riches in the earth, you could not have united their hearts, but Allah has united them. Indeed, He is Almighty, All-Wise. O Prophet, Allah is sufficient for you and for the believers who follow you. O Prophet, motivate the believers to fight. If there are 20 steadfast among you, they will overcome 200, and if there are 100 of you, they will overcome 1,000 of the disbelievers, for they are a people who do not comprehend. Now Allah has lightened your burden, for He knows that there is weakness in you. So if there are 100 steadfast among you, they will overcome 200, and if there be 1,000, they will overcome 2,000 by Allah's will. And Allah is with the steadfast. It is not fit for a prophet that he should take captives until he has thoroughly subdued the land. You believers settled with the fleeting gains of this world, while Allah's aim for you is the hereafter. Allah is Almighty, All-Wise. Had it not been for a prior decree from Allah, you would have certainly been disciplined with a tremendous punishment for whatever ransom you have taken. Now enjoy what you have taken, for it is lawful and good, and be mindful of Allah. Surely Allah is all-forgiving, most merciful. O Prophet, tell the captives in your custody, if Allah finds goodness in your hearts, He will give you better than what has been taken from you, and forgive you. For Allah is all-forgiving, most merciful. But if their intention is only to betray you, O Prophet, they sought to betray Allah before, but He gave you power over them, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. Those who believed emigrated and strived with their wealth and lives in the cause of Allah, as well as those who gave them shelter and help. They are truly guardians of one another. As for those who believed but did not emigrate, you have no obligations to them until they emigrate. But if they seek your help against persecution in faith, it is your obligation to help them, except against people bound with you in a treaty. Allah is all-seeing of what you do. As for the disbelievers, they are guardians of one another. And unless you believers act likewise, there will be great oppression and corruption in the land. Those who believed migrated and struggled in the cause of Allah, and those who gave them shelter and help, they are the true believers. They will have forgiveness and an honorable provision, and those who later believed, migrated, and struggled alongside you, they are also with you, but only blood relatives are now entitled to inherit from one another, as ordained by Allah. Surely Allah has full knowledge of everything.